Folks, imagine this. You're the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league, pulling in $6 million a year, and before your first full season even wraps up, you're shown the door. That's not just a pink slip, that's a cannon blast from the black hole. Welcome back to Raiders Report. I'm your host with the silver and black heart, breaking down the seismic shakeup in Vegas. What a wild Monday it was at Allegiant Stadium, the Death Star itself, where head coach Pete Carroll pulled the trigger on offensive coordinator Chip Kelly. And Raiders Nation, you're fired up, and rightfully so. Let's dive in. First off, the headline that's got everyone buzzing: Chip Kelly is out. Yeah, you heard that right. The guy brought in to light a fire under this Raiders offense has been doused himself. It all went down after a brutal Week 12, where the Silver and Black limped to another loss, cementing their spot at 2-9 on the year. Carroll didn't mince words in his statement, keeping it all business. I spoke with Chip earlier this evening and informed him of his release as offensive coordinator. I'd like to thank Chip for his service and wish him all the best moving forward. Classy, Pete. Straight out of that Seahawks playbook you know so well. But here's the kicker that had me spilling my coffee. Kelly, ever the stand-up guy, took the high road with NFL insider Jay Glazer. "I'm grateful for the shot with the Raiders," he said. "Bottom line in this league, you gotta win. I loved those players. I'm a huge Geno Smith fan. Working with Geno and the crew every day, that was the highlight. But hey, we gotta win. I get it." Oof. Heartbreaking, but honest. Geno, our gunslinger who's been slinging it like a modern-day Ken Stabler out there, reminiscent of those glory days in the 70s when the Raider offense was a juggernaut, deserves that shout-out. Kelly saw the potential, but man, the results just weren't there. Now, let's break this down like we're diagramming plays on the whiteboard. The Raiders' offense? It's been a ghost town this season, dead last in points per game at a measly 15, tied with the Saints for that unwanted crown. And yards? 31st in the league, scraping by at under 300 per contest. That's not just struggling, that's sputtering like an old Raider pickup truck on the Vegas Strip. Tactically, Kelly came in with his spread option wizardry from his Oregon days and Eagle stints. Remember that 2013 Philly squad that averaged over 30 points a game? Explosive, right? But transplant that to the AFC West, against walls of blue and bolts of lightning from the Chargers and Chiefs? It fizzled. Too much predictability, not enough pop in the run game, and Geno Smith taking hits behind an O-line that's leaked more oil than a '69 Plymouth Roadrunner. Enter Maxx Crosby, our sack-hungry defensive end who's become the face of this franchise's grit. Think a bulked-up version of Howie Long, terrorizing QBs with that relentless motor. Max didn't hold back on X, via Pro Football Talk. The offense has been struggling, and it felt like, we needed to make a change. When your D-end, who's leading the team with 8 sacks already, is calling out the O. That's the alarm bell, Raiders Nation. It's like the defense, our pride and joy, with Crosby and that ferocious front four channeling the Soul Patrol of old, is carrying the load while the attack stalls out. Zoom out for a sec, because this isn't just a firing, it's a chapter in the Raiders' epic saga. Remember, this franchise was built on rebellion. Al Davis storming the gates with "Just win, baby," those 3 Super Bowls in the 70s and 80s, hoisting the Lombardi under Madden, with Stabler's snake-charming passes and Marcus Allen's midnight runs. We've danced with the devil in Oakland, strutted in LA, and now we're back in Vegas, owning the night under those glowing lights. But seasons like this? They echo the lean years post-Tuck rule, when we were 4-12 and dreaming of drafts. Statistically, this 2-9 start is our worst since that 1-15 dumpster fire in 2018. Yet here we are, staring down a schedule that reads like a murderer's row: Chargers, Broncos, Eagles, Texans, Giants, and oh yeah, the Chiefs to cap it off. Patrick Mahomes and that no-look magic? Our arch-nemesis since the AFL days. If we snag one upset, maybe steal one from the Broncos in that high-altitude revenge fest, we might limp to 3-14. But let's be real, this is draft lottery time, folks. Top 3 pick. We're talking elite talent to pair with Geno, maybe a game-wrecking RB to revive the commitment to excellence that Al preached. I caught up with a fictional huddle here. Okay, let's call it an exclusive from the locker room trenches. Picture this, Raiders beat reporter vibes, chatting with Davante Adams post-practice. Chip was sharp, man, brought that college fire, Adams might say, that 1,000-yard stare kicking in. But when you're dropping dimes to me and still can't score, Something's gotta give. Gino's got the arm of a legend. We just need the pieces to click. And from the fan side? Overheard in the tailgate lots outside the Death Star, a silver-painted diehard belting, "This is Raiders Nation, we rise from the ashes." Fire, Kelly. Fine. But Pete better channel his 12 Seahawk soul, or we're raiding the coach's office next. Love that fire. It's what separates us from the pack. Passionate, unyielding, like Charles Woodson picking off Brady in the Tuck era. Looking ahead, this shake-up? It could be the spark. Carroll's no rookie at mid-season pivots. Remember his Legion of Boom rebirth? Bring in a fresh OC, maybe someone with West Coast flair to mesh with Gino's quick release, and suddenly we're not just surviving the AFC West wars, we're winning them. Playoffs? Slim odds at 2-9, but stranger things have happened, like that 13-0 start in '08 that ended in heartbreak. No, this is about building. A high draft pick lands us a cornerstone, fortifying Maxx's D and Adams arsenal. Expert take. My buddy over at ESPN, let's say it's a composite hot take, predicts Raiders at 2-15, snagging the #1 overall. But with Carroll's track record, 2026 could be a revenge tour. Bold. You bet. But in silver and black, we don't do timid. Raiders Nation, this firing stings, but it's fuel for the fire. We've conquered dynasties before, from the Broncos' orange crush to the Chargers' bolt shocks. So lace up, paint that face, and tune in Sunday as we clash with the Chargers. Revenge on the menu. Will Gino light it up? Will Crosby feast? You won't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe, drop your hot takes in the comments. Who's your dream OC hire? And remember, once a Raider, always a Raider. Just win, baby. I'm out. Stay committed to excellence. Peace.